Hello everyone, I'm Golden Ashni. I'm here to present low duty cycle protocol in the course of hardcore and wireless sensor networks. First of all, low duty cycle protocol and wake up concept. So the central idea of low duty cycle protocol is to reduce the time a node um, is idle or spend overhearing an unnecessary activity by putting the node in the sleep state. So the most ideal condition of a low duty cycle protocol is when a node is sleep most of the time and wakes up only when to transmit or receive packet. So the concept of low duty cycle is represented as a periodic wake up scheme. So a node wake up periodically to transmit or receive packets from other nodes. So usually after a node wake up, it listen to the channel for any activity before transmitting or receiving the packets. So if no packet is to be transmitted or received, the node returns to the sleep state. Okay, so our whole cycle consists of a sleep period, and the listening period is called a sleep or wake up period and is shown in the figure. Okay, so duty cycle is actually measured as the ratio of listening period length to wake up period length, which gives an indicator of how long a node spent in the listening period. A small duty cycle means that the node is asleep most of the time in order to avoid idle listening and overhearing. So, however, a balanced duty cycle size must be achieved in order to avoid higher latency and higher transient energy due to startup cost. So there are various low duty cycle protocols proposed for WSN, which differs in aspect of synchronization. So the number of channel recorded transmitter or receiver initiated operations. So the low duty cycle protocol can be categorized into two major classes, namely the synchronization and asynchronization. Okay, so the concept of synchronization is related with the data exchange in WSN. So in asynchronous asynchronous systems, there are two basic concept of approaches, namely transmitter initiated and receiver initiated. So using a transmitter initiated approach, a node send a frequent request packet until one of them hits the listening period of the destination node. If on the other hand, the receiver initiated approach is applicable when a node send a frequent packets to inform the neighboring nodes about the willingness of the node to receive packets. So the former approach puts the energy cost on the transmitter, while the latter moves the cost of the receiver. Okay, then the next one is another variation of low duty cycle protocol is the synchronous scheme, where all the nodes in the group or clusters have the same wake up phase. So usually each node send a frequent beacon frames to inform its neighbors about its wake up cycle schedule and other information such as pending packet to be transmitted, etc. So thus a node schedules its transmission and reception time from the information obtained from a beacon frames. So in other approach, a node becomes a group or cluster's head and controls the data communication while maintaining the synchronization between the nodes in the group or clusters. So the former approach is more applicable for the distributed or flat technology, while the latter is more applicable for a cluster or centralized topology. However, in both approaches, tight time synchronization requires frequency resynchronization with neighboring nodes, consuming a significant amount of energy. So, this actually synchronous and asynchronous low duty cycles and comparisons. Both types of protocol in terms of four major terms, actually energy efficiency, latency, scalability and reliability. This is shown in the bio. Okay, thank you. Thanks for listening.